Hello everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to my channel Creative Grandma. This video is just a short video because I was working on a future project and I went to Hobby Lobby and I was looking at the yarn because I had a specific reason for buying this yarn. And I started making my projects and I really fell in love with this yarn. It is called Baby Bee. It's called the Sweet Delights yarn. So this is the Sweet Delights prints, and this one is watercolors, and it comes in a 4-ounce, 375 yard skein. And you can see this really pretty design here, and the free pattern is on the label. So I'm not sure if that's knit or crochet. I really can't tell. And I don't want to take the label off right now, but they do have free patterns on the label. This is color 420 watercolor. Now this yarn is made in Turkey, and again it's a 4-ounce, 115 gram, 377 yards and 345 meters. It's 60% acrylic and 40% polyamide. It's classified as a number 3 lightweight yarn, and that is true 3 lightweight yarn. I do believe this is machine wash tumble dry. This is what the yarn looks like for this project. Now, all my samples are going to be the same exact sample, only in different colors, because I'm trying to make 4 of the same pattern, only in different color combinations. So I don't want to tell you what it is until I see if it actually comes out right. But this is the start of my project. And again, this is the watercolors, and you're going to see that color here. This is how it's going to look if you're working in the round. So I thought that was very pretty. So then as my accent color, I chose Sun Kisses. This is a beautiful yellow that coordinates with the yellow in the multicolor. And this again is the Sweet Delights, and this is the Sweet Delight prints. So with this one, the color changes are a little bit longer than some of the other ones, and I'll show you the difference when I show you the next design. But I just thought it was really pretty, and they have just about every one of these solid colors to match this. You could choose pink. Now I do have the pink right here, and that also coordinates with the pink in the multicolor. So the next color I chose was called Gauge Boy. Now you can see that this multicolored print is completely different than the rainbow. This is the rainbow, and you can see those longer streaks of color, where this is all white with just a touch of blue streaks here and here. So a completely different look. So let me grab my sample. So here is my sample, and this is again the Gauge Boy, and you can see this is what the yarn looks like, and this is what the pattern looks like. Completely different than the rainbow sample. So here is the sample again of the rainbow, and you can see how with those longer color bursts, lengths of color, you're going to get a different look of the yarn that just has like the short one color burst on it. So I really thought this was really pretty. I thought this one really had a better contrast to the yarn with the accent like I wanted. I still like the rainbow, still gonna make that sample, but I just thought this had the look that I wanted. I really wanted that contrast to show up, and I just thought it looked beautiful on this one. Now the contrasting color I purchased was Baby's Blue. This is color number 50. So I just think this blue looked beautiful. This is exactly the look I wanted, and you can see how beautiful that goes together. Now they do have a green down there, but I don't remember if it was a matching green or if it was a lighter green. I can't wait to get back to Hobby Lobby. I just want to go get the rest of the colors and have them in my stash. I have so many wonderful ideas for this yarn, and it's one of those delicate yarns. It's one of those if you want a lightweight sweater, or especially if you're crocheting for a baby. Oh, you have to try this yarn. Now I'm going to show you another design. This is a free pattern on the label. I'm going to get it right up there, see if it'll focus. The picture is so small, even with my readers on, I cannot tell if that's knit or crochet. But there's one of the blankets on the label. The next color I purchased was Jumping Juniper. And again, all the information is the same as the other colors. It's the same yarn. And this is color number 424. Now, when you look at this yarn, when you see those longer strands of color, then you're going to get the same look that I got with the first sample with the rainbow. So let me grab my sample. So here is my sample. Now again, this had the same effect as the first sample. I wanted to have a high contrasting color, but because when I needed to change my color for this round for that little bit darker brown, you can see the brown in the multicolor was in the previous round. So it didn't accent the way I wanted to. Now I'm still going to use it in this design because I wanted to make 4 different colors of the same pattern. I really hope it comes out. I can't wait to bring this pattern to you. But you can see that here, when you have a completely different high contrasting color, how pretty that little bit darker brown looks as the accent color with this yarn. So I picked the color Teddy. That's the brown I used. Now when you look, you can see that this Teddy brown is just a shade darker than the brown in the multicolor, but I still like the brown to go with this. I wanted something with a brown tone. Now they do have green, and you can see the blue. So let me grab that blue that was in my other sample. Now this blue is a little shade different, but can you imagine how beautiful this would also look with the blue as an accent color? You can add that blue if you want a touch of brown, but more of the blue to be the contrasting color. And that's where when you get to Hobby Lobby and you start looking at all these multis and all the solid colors, if you have more than one color like this one, you could also go with the green, the brown, or the blue in the solid color if you want to make a design. So all kinds of possibilities with this yarn. So I have one more sample to show you. Now the next color I purchased was Charming, and this also had a little bit longer color burst. But to me, this had a different look than the other two. It didn't have the same look as the first sample, and it didn't have a speckled look either. So this is Charming, and this is color number 104. So let me grab my sample. So here is my sample with the multicolor. Again, this is Charming. And if you notice at this, it almost looks brighter on my sample than it does on the skein. It just seems like the colors just popped right out on this. But I'm going to grab my other sample. I think I'll grab the rainbow one, where when you compare the two, see how the colors seem to be longer with the blue. They seem to be really long. So I just thought this one had a beautiful look to it. Again, I love pastel rainbows, but I have to say, the way the colors change on here, I love this one the best. This one and the blue one, because of how the colors seem to be more uniformed. And then again, here is the speckled one. But maybe it's because it's the colors that this really pops out as speckled, and this just seemed to have a different look to me. Softer colors, but it's just so beautiful. I just love these yarns. I can't help myself. So again, that is the Charming. That's the multicolor. And I chose this beautiful pink. This is Boo Pink. And this is color number 40. And you can see how beautiful that pink looks with this. I think what happens is, because the pink is such a high contrast, it's a little bit darker than this pink. And I just think it helped popped these colors out. It just had a beautiful look. And if you didn't want to go with pink, I believe they also had the lavender color, and you could take it and use a light green. This is a beautiful, really light pastel green, or you could pick lavender, or you could pick the boo pink like I did. So I just wanted to show you all the yarns that I purchased, how they coordinate together, how I picked them, and then how it looks with this particular pattern. Now remember, depending on your crochet stitch or what you're making, it could have a slightly different look, but it just gives you an idea of the difference between having those little bit longer color bursts than to have the speckled look and then to have this gorgeous look. So it's like, okay, which one do I like best? Now, because pink is my favorite color, I'm going to say I like this one best, but it's all in your color preference. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I only had 4 samples to show you because I really didn't buy this yarn for a swatch video, but once I started using it, again, I just fell in love with this yarn, and I fell in love with the fact that they have the solids to coordinate with the multicolors. So if you get a chance to get to Hobby Lobby, make sure that you check out the Baby Bee Sweet Delights yarn. So thank you everybody for stopping by today. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the crochet fun here at Creative Grandma's channel. So until next time, happy crocheting everyone.